Good evening, all of you. Good evening, children. This is your 15th session, and you are attending the analytical reasoning and soft skill training program. And I'm Dr. Subhashi doing the session for you. And yesterday, at the end of my session, you all wanted to know how to calculate 2 to the power 10, which is equal to 1024. How to easily calculate, or how to factorize 10 to the power 20, 1024 is equal to 2 to the power 20. How do we easily calculate that? This is what you wanted to know, is it not? You remember Arun was there. Arun wanted to know. I think Arun is yet to join. If anybody wants to pull Arun into this class, please do it. So I will just tell you how to calculate this 2 to the power 10, which is nothing but 1024, very easily. I'll share my screen. Wanted to know 1024. Just my screen is visible to you. How to find out 1024 is equal to 2 to the power 10. Correct? Yes? Right? How many of you wants to know this? How many of you want to know? Want me to do this first? I said I will do this first. Vishweshwaran also asked for this. Correct? Fine. I will do this first. 1024. If you remember the factorization of any number, do you remember this format? How many of you remember this format? Remember this format? So I know that 1024 is divisible by 4. I am just dividing this number. 2 4s are 8. Remaining 2, 22. 5 4s are 20. 2 remaining 24. 6 4s are 24. 256. I am dividing this again. I want to know if this can be divided by 4. Yes, it is again can be divided by 4. 25. 6 4s are 24. So I am dividing this by 6. Another 16. 4 4s are 16. 64 into 4 is 256. 256 into 4 is 1024. This factorization, I think you should remember. Again, this is divisible by 4. This is 16 4s are 64. Once again, this is divisible by 4. I am dividing this by 4. I don't want to further divide it now. Now, I know that 4 into 4 into 4 into 4 into 4 is 1024. This is 2 square. This is 2 square. This is again 2 square. This is 2 square. And again this is 2 square. So 4 to the power 5, which is nothing but 2 to the power 10, which is equal to 1024. Any doubt on this? Children, any doubt? Somebody wanted to know. Vishweshwaran is there already. He was asking for this doubt. He wanted to know how to quickly calculate. Any doubt? Fayed says he has no doubt. He understood. We just divided that. We wanted to find out 1024 is equal to 2 to the power 10. The other day we did one problem. I said it is 2 to the power 10. So 10 is the value, something like that. N minus 2 is 10. So n is equal to 10, 8. This is what I arrived at. And somebody wanted to know how did you calculate this or how to calculate this quicker. So 1024, I just did a factorization of this. 1024 divided by 4 is 256. You again divide it by 4 because it is divisible by 4. This is how we calculated. Each 4 is 2 square. 4 to the power 5 is equal to 2 to the power 10. So it is 1024. This is how we calculated. Today we will continue with the next topic, which is, all of you got it? Any doubt, children? So the factorization helps definitely. Now we will go to ratio and proportion. This is what we are going to cover today. The first sum we will take, A is to B is to C is in the ratio 3 is to 2 is to 5. How much money will C get out of 1260? A is to B is to C is 3 is to 4 is to 5. I will just write it here. Is to B is to C. What is the value? 3 is to 2 is to 5. 3 is to 2 is to 5. A is to B is to C. A is equal to 3, B is equal to 2, C is equal to 5. They want to know, there is a sum of 1260 available. Rupees 1260 is available. They want to know how much this C will get, because his portion is 5 out of the total portion. What is the total portion? 3 is to 4 is to 5. What is the total portion? Can you tell me what is the total portion? 10. Very good. Excellent. Syed is doing very well. Yes. So total portion is 10. Out of 10, he will get how much? He will get how much? C will get 5, right? So 5. What is that 5? So out of, let me go back here. Whatever it is, out of 10, A will get 3 by 10, B will get 2 by 10, and C will get 5 by 10. 5 by 10 of now 260. What is this number? 5 by 10 of 260. So it is 630. So you got it right. Very good. Next. If A is to B is 3 is to 4. Again, I will go back here. Is 3 is to 4. B is to C is 2 is to 5. B is to C is 2 is to 5. 2 is to no. Next, find A is to B is to C. What does it find? Find A is to B is to C. Now, if we have to do this, I'm just writing A is to B is to C. I know A is to B is 3 is to 4. Correct? I know A is to B is 3 is to 4. Now I have B is to C is 2 is to 5. This B is 2 times this. This B is 2 times this. So I have to multiply this also by another 2. By correct? This is 2 times. Then this is also 2 times. Agreed? Understood? Agreed? Children, did you get it? Children. Very good. So now how can I write it? So I am multiplying it by 2. 3 is to 4 is to 10. Correct? 3 is to 4 is to, I am multiplying it by 2. I am getting it as 10. A is to B is to C is 3 is to 4 is to 10. Got it? Now next problem is going to be little difficult one. This is all very easy. You can easily connect between A, B and C. In some cases, we also need to make some assumptions. It is not always straightforward. Sometimes you need to make some assumptions and then work on it. Now we will see one problem which is something similar to assuming some value and then working on it. Let A is equal to 3. Sometimes we used to assume the mean. We assumed some mean in the middle. We had the class intervals 10 to 20, 20 to 30, 30 to 40, and arithmetic mean we found out. We used the assumed mean also to arrive at the arithmetic mean. Similarly, you will need to assume something in some cases to arrive at the solution. We will see one such example here. A is to B is 1 is to 2. B is to C is 3 is to 2. C is to D is 1 is to 3. Find A is to B is to C is to D. Whenever you get such problems, you can just go ahead and assume. How to assume and what to assume, we will just see now. So they are saying A is to B is to C is to D. One of the options will be the right answer. A is to B is 1 is to 2. It's taken from the problem statement. This is the problem statement. A is to B is 1 is to 2. B is to C is 3 is to 2. C is to D is 1 is to 3. We need to find A is to B is to C is to D. So these are the three equations we have. 1 is to 2 and B is to C is 3 is to 2. This is the second equation and this is the third equation we have. We have to write this. A is to B is 1:2. 1:2 is A is to B from the first statement. We are taking it. Now we need to have a shortcut. Now I have A is to B, B is to C, and C is to D. I know that the second letter, second number of both is 2. C is also assumed as 2 here. So we are assuming again D also to be the same 2. We are assuming. Now A is to B is 1:2, B is to C is 3:2. Now we are assuming D also to be 2. Understood how to assume? Did you get how to assume, children? Based on the first two equations, you are assuming that the third one is also 2. So we are going to write C here is 2, D is also 2, because 2 is the last number on the right hand side in the previous two statements. Agreed? Now A is to B is to C is to D. First statement A is to B is 1:2. And from this statement we are saying 2:2. Understood? Understood? Or you want me to repeat? You want me to repeat? Thumbs up. Don't want to repeat? Thumbs down. Yes, children. Up or down, I don't know. Syed, do you want me to repeat? Do you want me to repeat? No. So we are assuming, okay, thank you. So we are assuming A is to B. Now they are taking the equation 2. What is equation 2? B is to C is 3:2. B is to C is 3:2. So they are converting that B is to 2. It is, they are repeating this and repeating it. C is to D. C is to D is, what is that? 1:3. C is to D. They are converting it to C is to D. 1:3. So the same one is repeated here. The previous value is repeated here. If you have any number after the assumption, after substituting this, the next value, take the same and copy it here. Take the same and copy it here. So 3:2. This 3 is copied to A and this 2 is copied to D. Now C is to D is 1:3 from the third statement. We are taking the third statement now. C is to D. This is C is to D. And replicating the same one for A and B on the left hand side. If you actually see, to understand the shortcut, remember you need to make the right hand side missing numbers the same as that of the last given number. And for the left side, the same is done. Now 1:2, the 2 is the last, and we repeated the same 2 here. How this was 2:2? The same number which is last is repeated here. Then in the same statement, we put B is to C from the second statement. This B is to C, we put in the second statement. I will change the color of this for your better understanding. and copied this to the left hand side. This is the assumption you are making. Make the right hand missing numbers the same as that of the last given number. What is the last given number? Is 2, and copy that 2. Similarly, do for the left hand side. This is 3. Copy it here. Next, we are writing A is to B is to C is to D. We are copying the C is to D value first. Then this is the last number, and you are copying it here. This is an assumption we are making. This is how you have to make assumptions in ratio and proportion. Understood? Understood how you are copying, filling the number with the values. Any doubts on that? Because we are going to now calculate it. A is to B is to C is to D. Okay, good. So I am continuing with it. Now I have to multiply the first character, first letters, first numbers for A, which is 1 is to 3 is 1 into 3 into 1. B is 2 into 3 into 1. This is, can somebody tell me on what basis this we are copying 2 to 2 here and 3 here? What does it mean? What does that mean? We have done it in the during our addition subtraction earlier. Can you tell me what is that? We have the habit of taking LCM, correct? This is the same principle, LCM principle. Whatever we have given here, make the right hand side missing numbers as the same as the last given number. Left hand side, do the same, repeat the same. This is the principle of LCM. So 1 into 3 into 1 is to 2 into 3 into 1 is to 2 into 2 into 1 is to 2 into 2 into 3. This is how it is arrived at. Multiply this, you will get 3 is to 6 is to 4 is to 12. Where is that? 3 is to 6 is to 4 is to 12. A. 3, 6, 4, 12 is A. Option A is right. Okay, understood? You want me to repeat the sum? Children, you want me to repeat this? Understood how we are actually filling this? Understood this? Children? Good. So we will do one more problem. I think Arun has joined little late. Arun, you wanted to know how to identify that 1024 is equal to 2 to the power 10. Correct, Arun? How to quickly identify or how to write 1024 is equal to 2 to the power 10. Arun is here. You can go through the recording because I did it first before I started this session. Now we are going to do a similar sum. Now whatever we did now, we are going to repeat. We are going to do a similar sum with a little twist into that. 5600 is to be divided into A, B, C and D in such a way that the ratio of A is to B is 1 is to 2. It's same here. We are taking the same ratio here. B is to C is 3 is to 1 and C is to D is 2 is to 3. Find the sum of A and B and B and C. This is what we are going to do. So A is to B is 1 is to 2, B is to C is 3 is to 1, C is to D is 2 is to 3. Again we are going to do missing number. 1 is to 2 is to 2 is to 2, because first term is 1 is to 2. We are repeating that. Next we are taking 3 is to 1, second one. 3 we are copying here and 1 we are copying here. Next is third statement is 2 is to 3. We have 2 is to 3 here and we are copying 2 here. What principle are we using here? What principle we are using here? What is the principle which I just said? Students, what is the principle? நம்ம இப்பதானே சொன்னோம். என்ன principle அது? It is the LCM principle. How many of you know what is LCM principle? Very good. Nanda Kumar is right. It's LCM principle. Do you all know what is LCM? Or you want me to do one small problem for LCM? Do you want me to do a problem for LCM using LCM? Children, you know LCM, right? You should say at least yes or no, correct? If you know, give a thumbs up. Only one guy knows LCM. I want from all of you. Okay. So you all know what is LCM. Now I am continuing with this. The way we did the just now, we are going to do it in the same way. Now we have already found out that 1 is to 2, the same principle we applied and we got it. Now A is to B is to C is to D is, we have multiplied A's, B's, C's and D's and got 6, 12, 4 and 6. It is further divided, can be cancelled with 2 because we are going to proportion 5,600 rupees to all. 5,600 rupees to all. So I am further converting this to 3 is to 6. See, this value is right. We can even stop here. But we are asked to divide 5,600 among A, B, C and D. Now we are going ahead with 6, 12, 4 and 6 can be rewritten as 3, 6, 2 and 3. They are dividing all the numbers by 2. Now, what will be the share? So, what is the total portion? 3 plus 6, 9, plus 2, 11, plus 3, 14. It is totally 14. Now, what is the question? The question is, find the sum of A and C and B and C. So, now, 3 plus 6, 9 by 14 is A and C. A and C, sorry. A and C, B and C. Okay. So A and C is இதுதான் A, இது வந்து B, இது C, இது D. A and C னா 5. அப்போ out of 14, 5 is A plus C. அதில் 5,600, 5 by 14 எவ்வளோ? 2,000. Then B and C. B and C is 8. 8 times. அப்போ 8 by 14 into 5,600, 3,200. So 2,000 is to 3,200 is the right answer. Answer is D. டவுட் இருக்கா? ஏதாவது டவுட் இருக்கா? வெரி குட், very good, excellent, Syed. Yes, children, any doubt on this? You have any doubt, children? You need to be active. Doubt irukka appo? Okay, so we will go ahead with the next question. Second, I'll give you one problem. I want you to do it in the next few minutes. So what you are going to do is this problem. You will now do this problem. Instead of A, B, C, they are giving some employees like this. I will give you 4 minutes, okay, to do this problem. Just think. I want you to think. You need not give me the right answer. You have to think and tell me how to proceed. I'm giving you 4 minutes for doing this problem. The number of employees is reduced in the ratio 3:2, and the salary of each employee is increased in the ratio 4:5. I'm just putting this on the chat for you. You will keep doing this problem. Keep doing this. I have put the question on the chat. Keep working on it. After 4 minutes, just think. I don't want you to give me the right answer. I just want you to think. This is a straightforward question, in fact. Except A, B, they have used number of employees and their salary. Earlier, before reducing the employees and after reducing the employees. This is what they have mentioned. Previous and present. Employees and salary. I want you to think, that's all. Do you all see the question? Did you check the question? Now, let us do this sum, okay? Let us work out this sum. That initially the employees were in the ratio 3:2. முதல்ல வந்து 3 times employees இருந்தாங்க, அதை வந்து 2 times குறைச்சிட்டாங்க. ரெடியூஸ்ட், எம்ப்ளாயிஸ் வேர் ரெடியூஸ்ட். முதல்ல 3 times இருந்தவங்க வந்து 2 times ஆயிட்டாங்க. தென் salary முன்னாடி எவ்வளவு இருந்தது? 4 times இருந்தது, அப்புறமா 5 times ஆயிடுது. So the ratio is, the initial is 3:2. 3 வந்து initial, 2 is final, 4 is initial and 5 is latest. So 3:2 இருந்தாங்க employees, salary was 4:5. So அப்ப எவ்வளவு expenditure முன்னாடி ஆயிருந்தது? For 3 employees they were giving 4, the expenses was 4, so 3 into 4, which was 12. Now it is 2 into 5, now it is 10. Earlier they were expending 12 and now they are spending 10 times, 10 units. You can take it as 10 units. Earlier it was 12 units and now it is 10 units. If they were giving 4,000 rupees, it was 12,000 rupees. So 4 units, there is 1 unit there. Earlier it was ரெண்டு பேருக்கு 5,000 கொடுத்திருந்தாங்கன்னா 10,000 rupees salary. So there is some unit that is attached with this. So initial expenditure was 12, the present expenditure is 10. So 12 units minus 10 units, எவ்வளவு சேவ் பண்ணிருக்காங்க? 12 units minus 10 units சேவ் பண்ணிருக்காங்க. Now let us go back. By doing so, the company saved 12,000. அப்ப அந்த 2 units ன்றது என்ன? 12,000. How much they saved? முதல்ல 12 யூனிட் செலவாயிட்டு இருந்தது, அப்புறமா 10 யூனிட்ஸ் தான் எக்ஸ்பென்ஸ் ஆயிட்டு இருக்கு, சாலரிஸ் ஆயிட்டு இருக்கு. அப்போ 12 minus 10 is 2 units. They have saved 2 units. அந்த 2 units என்னன்னு சொல்றாங்க? The company saved 12,000 rupees. அப்போ 12,000 rupees is equal to 2 units. அப்போ ஒரு யூனிட் எவ்வளோ? 6,000 rupees. அப்போ இனிஷியல் எக்ஸ்பெண்டிச்சர் வாஸ், முதல்ல 12 தானே ஆயிருக்கு, 12 into 6,000 அவங்க ஸ்பெண்ட் பண்ணிட்டு இருந்தாங்க. ஃபைனல் எக்ஸ்பெண்டிச்சர் வாஸ் 10 into 6,000. Understood? It's a very straightforward example. Very good. Excellent. So the answer is 72,000, which is nothing but D. Any doubt, children? This is a very straightforward question. Why is somebody crying?